A few years ago, I was boarding a late flight to Vancouver. I'd spent most of the day traveling, and I was looking forward to getting to my final destination, as well as my hotel room for a good night's sleep. So I took my seat, I pulled out my laptop, and I started working. And that's when the man sitting next to me began fidgeting in his seat. His squirming got progressively worse until finally his arm bumped into mine. And I gave him this courteous smile and muttered, it's okay, while proceeding to vigorously type on my laptop. Then it happened again. Another bump, followed by another one. Every 15 minutes, like clockwork, this complete stranger would invade my personal space. So after an hour of this rather annoying routine, I'd had enough. So finally, I turned to him to ask him to kindly but firmly refrain from elbowing me. And that's when I witnessed for the first time during my entire time on the flight that this stranger's right arm was in a sling, and he was visibly in pain. Sheepishly closed my laptop, and I looked at him and I just asked him, "Excuse me, sir, are you okay? Are you in pain?" He sighed and simply said, "Yes, it's excruciating most of the time. I've been trying to find the right way to sit, to minimize, but nothing is working." So I just said, "I'm so sorry, sir. May I ask what happened?" And that simple question turned into an hour-long conversation where I mostly listened before praying with him. I didn't have anything that profound to say as he shared about the difficult time that he was going through, but I did remind him that God sees and loves him and that God is able to bring healing and hope to his life. At the end of the flight, I helped him with his bags, and as we parted ways, he simply said, "Thank you. I really needed this. Thank you." And as he walked away, I realized he wasn't the only one who needed that conversation. I did too. I was so busy trying to accomplish my to-do list that I almost missed an opportunity to be moved by compassion, to see someone else and to be affected by them in a way that interrupts my plans, priorities, and most certainly my perspective. I needed to see that man that night, and I still need to see people today. We all do. Our elbows ought to get bumped. Our personal space should be invaded. Our plans should be messed with. We need the divinely placed inconveniences of others to remind us that we can make a difference in our world by being willing to love in action. The greatest expression of your faith will always be shown in the tangible and practical ways you love the people around you. 1 John 3 describes this love as laying down one's life for another. Now, hopefully that doesn't mean you sacrifice your physical life so that someone else can live. That's probably not a reality you'll have to face. But you do have opportunities every day to lay down your agendas, plans, comforts, preferences, and conveniences to lovingly serve others. And even though these moments may seem small, they certainly aren't to the one receiving them. And you never really know where they lead and how God can use them to remind someone they are seen, known, and loved by God.